So heading back to the road that we took to get to the Eldin region, Goron City, whatever it's called, I noticed that when I was looking at the Heroes mode, we really didn't go this way at all. So I think now I'd like to take a moment to kind of go this way to show off the alternate route that we were kind of on this pathway already, that we just kind of didn't really go through. And there's another thing in this area that I'd like to demonstrate because I have a bit of a fond memory with it. Not you, but kind of. There is a guardian in this area, but it's not quite this one. So we're gonna attack you so we can get rid of you, so you can stop following me and things like that. I mean, you can follow me on Twitter, that's perfectly fine, but following me on a death thing probably isn't the most healthiest thing in the world. So as we go across this area, one thing I want to praise about this game that I know I've probably talked about before is its use of landmarks to get you curious about places, because that's a trick that things like Disneyland do to get you interested in exploring other areas, because we saw back there, we already saw the Alcala Region Tower. We could see landmarks like that that may pique our interest and things like that. So it's just really interesting seeing how they were able to do stuff like that. And something really cool about that, on that same train of thought, is the fact that... okay, you get out of here, you're gonna bother me. Is the fact that in the earlier builds of this game, when they were trying to figure out what direction they want to take with the world exploration, they... one of the things that they did was that they made a build of this game that was like very bare bones, but it was kind of like a recreation of Kyoto, with some various landmarks and important places in Japanese culture and things like that. I don't remember the exact names of these places, but there'll probably be pictures on screen right now. But this was kind of like their way of testing the idea of using landmarks like what would eventually become the Sheikah Towers to get people curious enough to explore these worlds and things like that. So this Guardian right here, I have a very fond memory with this one specifically, because we already talked about the first Guardian that I was able to fight and things like that, but that one was a stationary one. This was the first Guardian that I ever destroyed on foot. And by being on foot, I mean this was the one that was on foot and things like that. I was already on foot with the other one, but this one is the one that was pretty interesting. So I have a bit of a fond memory with this one. And I was trying to recreate it a moment ago, but I can't get it to work. So, you know what? Let's be honest there, Epic. This is an ancient error on you. So, a moment ago I was trying to recreate this. I have no idea how I was able to get the horse up here, but I managed to get my pony up here, and I was like charging at it, using my spear, and I was able to knock it off the cliff over here, and it was really cool. And I'm really sad that I can't use video footage of this, because this happened before the Switch update. Oh, hello there. This happened before the Switch update happened, where you can record with the video capture, because back when the Switch first came out, you could only take pictures. But I still have that picture, so here it is on screen right now. So it's going to take a couple minutes for us to get to where I'd like to go for the last thing we'll be doing in today's video, but as we go across this area, there's something I'd like to talk about with the NPCs in Breath of the Wild. So, it's become common knowledge within the past couple months that Breath of the Wild's NPCs were created using a modified version of the engine that creates the Mii characters. And basically, if you don't know what Miis are, first of all, shame on you. But basically with Miis, they create a base model for a character, and then there's customizable features they can add onto that model. So things like facial features and hairstyles and things like that. So the NPCs of this game are made on a modified engine of that. So they're able to create their base models for the characters, and then they're able to modify the individual aspects for each character. And this is a much simpler method for creating large groups of characters without having to make individual models for each and every single one of them. The thing is, I've known about this for a while, because it's going to sound incredibly silly, but there was somebody on Miiverse of all things who had pointed out that a lot of the same facial features that the characters in this game had really did resemble the Mii customization and things like that. And when I looked further into it, when I was doing research for this Let's Play, I found out that that actually was the case. It just wasn't real that well known at the time. And I was really looking forward to spreading that information during this Let's Play, but then people more popular than me on the internet beat me to the punch on that one. So I am a little bit bummed that I wasn't able to share that information myself, but it is still kind of cool that that information is now more widely known across the Zelda fan base and things like that. So as we go across this area, I don't remember what this place is called. This is... we don't have a name for it yet. So we go across this area, and we can see... oh, it's an archway. It's so scary. So we go over here. There's some nice spring water right there that might be helpful if you're low on health. Welcome to Gut Check Rock. Do you have what it takes? I don't. I'm scared. Alright, fine, we'll go over there. So, say, I'm training and starting to go me. I can do it, brother. If I were a Rito, I could just fly right up there. If only. Feel the burn, brother! This hotness here is a training ground for a Madla Goron man. We climb this cliff like it's nothing to improve our grit. If you've got some guts in that tiny belly of yours, then talk to my big bro up top and prove it. Alright, so there's some Gorons over here, and that's pretty nice. We've met a couple of nice Gorons on our way across this journey and things like that. Taking this geyser will take us all the way up here, and there's a shrine right here, but this stupid Goron jerk is standing in the way. Well, I'm sorry, we can activate the thing if we go beyond him. Brutal! Brutally rude, tiny Hylian. This sacred platform is only for true Goron men, as decided by the Goron Blood Brothers. So shove off your own brother. If you want respect, you gotta train hard to earn it. So, I know there's this glitch you can do, where, I don't know exactly how it works, but basically you can clip through the walls of the shrine to go through that way. Most speedrunners do this to skip the opening cutscene animation for the shrines. I don't know if it's possible for this one, but if it is, then you can technically skip this entire shrine quest and do it that way. I don't know how to do that glitch, and even if I did, I probably wouldn't show it in this video, because this is meant to show you how to do it legitimately, but I just wanted to bring it up. Pump it up, brother! By the gods, I love me some muscle. This right here is our hardcore training ground, Stringbane. This is where we come to get ripped and shredded. It's where Goron boys become Goron men, brother. Right. Leaving now. I love the dialogue options. Link's personality is great. Please move. I ain't moving a muscle, brother. Not a single well-defined muscle. This is a special platform, sacred even. Only real Goron men, as decided by us three Goron blood brothers, are allowed. Besides, my littlest brother is in the middle of training right now. A brother does not interrupt a brother's training, brother. But I gotta say, you do seem like a real man of action. Almost like you have a Goron air about you. I like it. So what are you waiting for, brother? Get training! Yeah, that's it. If you clear our hardcore training program, I'll move out of the way. Count me in, brother. Oh, good answer, brother. We're gonna shred you to pieces, little man. Prepare your tiny self. Okay, let me explain how this hardcore training works. The rules are dead simple. Simple as a deadlift, brother. Starting from the bottom, you're gonna climb back up here within the time limit. But do not be fooled into thinking it's only a climbing challenge, little man. You've gotta pick up rubies as you go. Get up the cliff within the time limit and grab a possible number of rubies. Do that and you'll pass the test. If you run out of time or decide to give up halfway through the climb, you'll have to return all the rubies you picked up. That's life, brother. We're gonna help you push past your limits, brother. Your physical, mental, and emotional limits. Okay, enough messing around. It's time for the hardest of hardcore fates. Gut check challenge! That voice killed my throat. Almost forgot a tiny detail, tiny man. No train, no gain. And no pay, no stay. So yeah, it's 20 rubies per attempt. You want to summon this up? You want to summon this, brother? Let's do this. You gotta collect 100 rubies as you climb. A hardcore Goron man should be able to handle that no problem. Even if you reach the goal before time runs out, if you don't grab enough rubies, you fail. Don't fail, brother. Got it? Good. That's finally time for Gotcha Challenge. Go! Whew. That voice killed my throat. Whew. Okay. So yeah, we need to collect 100 rubies as we climb up to the very top of this area. And we gotta be careful about this. So I recommend you bring some kind of potion that can increase your stamina. I didn't think to do that before we started this, so I might regret all my life choices by the time we get up there. So as we get across this area, I gotta say, Darmani in Majora's Mask never had to climb anything like this, and he's like one of the most respected Gorons in the Zelda series, so why do I have to do this? Like, I know Dorania didn't have to climb anything either, but Darmani is the one I'm more familiar with because I like Majora's Mask more than Ocarina of Time, so that's the character I'm going to be referencing. So, no, we fell. Grave fell all the way to the bottom. But yeah, as I said before, it's usually a good idea to bring a stamina potion as you go across this area, so that's pretty fun. Can you climb up? There we go. Take your time to get back up there, and go. Alright then. Do we have any climbing gear? That might be helpful for our journey. Looks like we do, so we're going to take these. Alright. Oh yeah, this is definitely making a difference. I don't know if we're going to be able to make this, but we can at least keep trying, and that's going to be pretty fun. This shirt does not go with the pants and hat at all. I kind of wish that we had the climbing shirt in this set. We don't yet, and I don't remember exactly where it is, but we'll find it eventually because we are going to try to get every single piece of armor. So we can go up here. There's a blue ruby right there, but I'm not too concerned about getting that one. So we'll continue on over here. We should be okay. We still have a minute to go. So we should be alright. Now, you do have to get both 100 rubies and to get to the very top for the shrine quest to count. So that's a little bit on the unfortunate side. But after this next batch, we should have a 25 more. So we should be getting close to that. I think that after this, we should have like 10 more to go, something like that. Yeah, we only need 4 more to go. Yay, my math was off. But with that red ruby right there, we definitely will be able to do this. Yeah, this isn't that challenging, it's just intimidating having to climb this entire thing. But it's a pretty fun challenge, so that's pretty cool. I do wish that there were more like this in the game, because you think having such a big gameplay mechanic, such as climbing and things like that, you'd think that'd be a bit more common throughout the game, but it's not, so that's a little weird. Girl! That was glorious! Nice going, brother. Now let's see how many rubies you scored. Looks like you got 127 rubies. If we just had one more, we could have divided that by 2 and get 64. Unbelievable! You've passed our training with the grit of a true Goron, my brother. In fact, you've earned the right to call yourself The fourth Goron blood, brother. As promised, you are now allowed to stand on the sacred platform of Goron manliness. A real honor, I know. You're officially one of us now, our true Goron brother. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Welcome Link. Welcome Link. Welcome Link. Welcome Link. Welcome Link. Welcome Link. Alright then, gut check challenge complete. Do you have anything else to say? Bump it up, brother. You showed some real grit out there, Tiny Hylian. In fact, I've got a new challenge I'd like to run by you. Let me know when you're ready for it. I'll get explaining, my brother. Don't keep you waiting forever. Are you gonna tell us what that is, or we have to do the... I think we have to do the shrine first. But yeah, this, even though you can skip those cutscenes, the speedrunners find it easier to glitch through the wall rather than just skip through those cutscenes. And I can totally understand, because in speedrun you want to shave off as many milliseconds as possible to get world records and things like that, or personal bests. It's just kind of amusing that even though you can skip those cutscenes, they still want to go out of their way to do those fancy, complicated glitches and things like that. Great Frostblade. And for once we had room in our inventory. You have done well to arrive at the shrine. A hero rises to right the wrongs of Hyrule. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you the Spirit Orb. May the goddess smile upon you. And with that taken care of, let's go talk to this guy again. Pump it up, blood, brother. That's hard to say. You cleared our training program like it was nothing. But I know your type. Your type is my type. You can't be satisfied with just one victory, can you, brother? To be a true Goron man, you gotta be unflinchingly whatever, dedicated to training, no flinching whatsoever. Lucky for you, I prepared a training program to help you ascend to even greater heights. I call it Super Gut Check Challenge. So, ready to take training to the next level of hardcore? I'm pumped, brother. I knew it. Good answer, brother. I'm gonna train you to smithereens, so I hope you're ready. You already beat Gut Check Challenge, so that would be enough of a trial for a brother like you. I recommend our hardest training program of all time. I call it Super Gut Check Challenge. So, which would you like? Super Gut Check. The Super Gut Check training program will cost you 100 rubies! That's extortion. Let's do it. We gotta collect 300 rupees. Oh boy. Alrighty then, now it's time for the Super Gut Check Challenge. Now, you may notice that I have quite a bit more stamina now rather than hearts when I should have a lot of hearts. So, off screen, and not exactly off screen considering the fact that I'm going to have it on the corner of this screen, I went back to Atano Village and used the cursed statue to exchange some of my heart containers for stamina vessels, because we're going to need a lot of stamina for to be able to do this. So basically what we'll be doing is we'll be doing the exact same thing, but we'll need to collect 300 rubies rather than just 100. So to be able to successfully do this, you're going to need a lot of stamina so you can do this quickly, so you can jump around and things like that. And also make sure you have the climbing gear equipped, because that's also going to be extremely helpful. Now, you could also just exchange your current spirit orbs to get more stamina vessels if you want to go that route. And it is a good idea. It's just that I personally didn't go that route because I kind of don't want to go to a goddess statue yet. I will eventually, just not right now. So we can get that one. And Basically, keep in mind that there are going to be a lot more valuable rubies across this area as opposed to before. I believe that there are a couple silver rubies. There's going to be one on the path that we're currently taking right now, so that's definitely something to keep an eye out for. But just keep in mind that it's very tempting to go out of the way to go get a valuable ruby, but it ends up wasting time because you run out of stamina, which is another reason why you definitely want to make sure you have plenty of stamina before you come into this place. As you can see, we're already pretty close to our goal already. So after this one, I believe we should have enough. Yes, we do. Right, so easy. First try, no problems whatsoever. It took a couple of attempts. That was glorious! Nice going, brother. Now let's see how many rubies you scored. Looks like you got 302. Unbelievable! You annihilated our training like it was a mere warm-up, brother. I knew I was right about you. You've got the body of a bitty baby, but the heart of a Goran warrior. For passing our famous super gut check, I'm going to reward you with an Endura shroom. It's all yours. Ooh, wow, great, amazing. That's actually pretty good because I believe you can use that for cooking recipes to get you more stamina boosts and things like that. It's pretty decent. Take this training as many times as you want, brother. In fact, I'll be waiting here for you to challenge yourself again. Yeah, this is one of the minigames that I just don't really replay that often, because the minigames I do replay are usually the ones that give out a lot of rubies and things like that, and this one just takes so many rubies away from you, because first of all, it's 100 rubies to start the super gut check thing, and if you're doing the method that I'm doing, where you exchange heart containers for stamina vessels, then it's also kind of expensive to go that route too, because you're spending 120 rubies to do that. So, well, it's a little complicated, but you get paid 100 rubies for your vessels and things like that, for your heart containers, then you have to pay 120 to get stamina vessels. But it's complicated, but basically you're losing 20 rubies for every vessel and things like that. So, where am I going? I started rocking this way without really thinking about it, but I guess we're going this way now. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. 100% worth it. Well, I guess it's also worth playing through that minigame because you do get to keep the rubies if you win. So, I guess it's also a good one to play through. But again, you're losing a lot of rubies to be able to play through it and things like that. I think I'm done going this way. I'm going to go back to Goron City. And with all that taken care of, I do believe that is everything we can do in the Eldin region. For now. So now we're taking care of all of that, we're in this video off here. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. The options are where to go next. You go to the next video in the playlist where we're going to be returning to the Hot to Know region to take care of some side quests over there. The alternate route, however, is to start exploring the western part of the Hyrule map and things like that, so that's going to be pretty fun too. You can also search for Koroks across the Eldin region, or ignore everything and go straight for Calamity Ganon. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'll be leaving it to you, and where would you like to go to next?